For us to just put the imperial hat back on to say, we're going to govern those countries if you're incapable of governing yourselves, because enough is enough. We're done being invaded.
Because our own national security risk is at stake.
Exactly.
National security interests are at stake.
You can say that about pretty much all of Africa. They're incapable of governing themselves and benefiting their citizens, because the governments there are all about looting and pillaging and lining their pockets and going shopping in Paris instead of actually
hold
making
on a
their
second.
country
Hold on.
better.
People on the left are going to watch this. They're going to say, wait a minute, Eric Prince is talking about being a colonialist again.
Absolutely. Yes. Then it's time for us to just put the imperial hat back on to say, we're going to govern those countries if you're incapable of governing yourselves, because enough is enough. We're done being invaded.
Because our own national security risk is at stake.
Exactly.
National security interests are at stake.
You can say that about pretty much all of Africa. They're incapable of governing themselves and benefiting their citizens, because the governments there are all about looting and pillaging and lining their pockets and going shopping in Paris instead of actually
hold on a second. Hold on.
Better,
People on the left are going to watch this. They're going to say, wait a minute, Eric Prince is talking about being a colonialist again.
Absolutely. Yes.
Million people in Iraq.
That is a separate.
You killed 1 million people in Iraq. It's incredible that you have the brass neck to be sitting here now urging another Iraq war.
We should have never been in Iraq. We have destabilized the Middle East. I want to tell you, they lied. They said there were weapons of mass destruction. There were none, and they knew there were none.
You sent me to Iraq. You sent me to Iraq in 2003. You lied. You lied about WMD. 1 million Iraqis are dead because you lied. My friends are dead because you lied.
Beware the beastman, for he is the devil's pawn, alone among God's primates. He kills for sport or lust or greed. Yea, he will murder his brother to possess his brother's land. Let him not breed in great numbers, for he will make a desert or a desert of his home and yours. Shun him, drive him back into his jungle lair, for he is the harbinger of death. Kal halayam, la alahayana wa Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Rakaha Kodash, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well. Peace, blessing, salutation unto the brothers who preaching and teaching this truth throughout the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and their freedoms to do so now more than ever. Shalom unto the speckled bird Israelites, and shalom unto the very few but faithful Akwatia muchas his sisters. The entitlement for this lesson is greed, murder, and corruption is what fuels their existence. You hear what I'm saying? You young brothers and sisters who especially now coming into this truth. Greed, murder, and corruption, yeah, is what fuels their existence. The existence of who? The so-called white man, starting with the elites, all right, whose biblical nationality is the Edomites. They are the Edomites. They are the devil that the Bible speaks about. Now, as you see in the very first two clips that I had played, you know, especially the first one, all right, where the owner of Blackwater is basically a mercenary group, all right, a military contractor, a private military army, all right, that established out of Babylon. Yeah, that established out of Babylon. You know, they do a lot of the bidding war-wise, in the sense of um, um, Babylon will use them, for certain missions and whatnot, so forth, to hold certain territory, to go into certain territories and hold, when that war, when they go to war. Perfect example, the Iraq War, in the beginning stages of the Iraq War, they were given certain contracts to go into certain towns, certain cities, and take hold of the cities and hold ground and whatnot, so forth, until, the military comes in, the regular military comes in and whatnot, so forth. So basically they are mercenary, they are guns for hire. Now, this is the thing here. Before I go into the scriptures, I had to mention certain things, I had to rant a bit, all right? For brothers and sisters to get a clear perspective of what this lesson is going into. This is the thing here, as I heard him mention, that they need to put on the imperialism hat and go back into Africa and recolonize Africa and what have you, so forth, and because Africans, they can't see about their own self, they can't see about, this, that, the other. But hey, let me say this to you, brothers and sisters. Colonization has never ended. Imperialism has never ended. All right? What you have now, you do not, the colonization is not by the way of monarchy, in the sense of, where like the whole of the Caribbean was under, although he's still under the clutches of the king, and well, he's the king now, all right, but the monarchy, the British monarchy, and certain countries are still under the French monarchy and what have you, so forth. You all know you all should know what we mean by colonization and what have you, so forth. It is no longer that. What you have now is a colonization by the way of corporations, these big multi-billion-dollar corporations, all right, that is coming into these countries, especially Africa, all right, these respective corporations pursuant to whatever business detail that they have, whether it be oil, whether it be gold, whether it be cobalt, whether it be silver, copper, you name it, all right, diamonds, they come into these countries and depose leaders in these countries so that they could set up their puppet government, so that they could have a free reign and free loot, all right, free reign, free loot of these respective countries and their natural resources, and pay their puppets who they set up exuberant amount of money, all right, pay their puppets and well arm their puppets military to continue to suppress the people, so that they could have a free reign, free hand on all these natural resources. This is what it is. It's not the fact that Africa or the African countries, now I'm not being an advocate for African countries or anything like that. What I'm addressing is the hypocrisy and the lies. All right, the hypocrisy and the lies. All right. Take for instance Gaddafi. Gaddafi had a bright future, a bright futuristic vision for the whole continent of Africa. And when these Edomites get word of it, what did they do? But you see, the thing is, pursuant to that CEO, the owner of Blackwater, it just goes to show you the pride all right, the pride of the so-called white man. They need Africa to be, in order for Africa, they need Africa to be how it is in order for their very existence. There was something, bear with me. I would have to go back through and look it up. Bear with me. Now, I had played this, I find it. I had played this in a video that I had done a while back, sometime last year or something like that. But listen from the horse's mouth. All right? Listen from the devil themselves, the devil himself. Listen to what they have to say.
Been fundamental to the global prosperity of the advanced countries. Okay? And Africa had a role to play. It has a role as a raw material producer. We will not allow sub-Saharan Africa to escape that. Okay, we do everything to keep sub-Saharan Africa where it is, also impoverished. It's absolutely vital for the prosperity of everyone else. Actually, we give them aid to keep repressive regimes in power. That's all.
See what I'm speaking about? They are the, see what I'm speaking about? They put these oppressive regimes in power, all right, and you know, say they give them money for aid and whatnot. But let me say, all right, they give them $100 million, all right. Maybe 1 million or 2 million is going towards aid. 50 million for the repressive regime to split up between the ruler and his cabinet, all right, and the rest it goes towards the military to buy weapons and whatnot, all right, to arm the military in order for the military, all right, to continue waging war against the citizens to keep them oppressed. You see the cycle I'm speaking about. Let's continue.
Okay, we're not giving them aid for much more except a little bit of infrastructure to make sure those raw materials get to the ports and aren't gotten out of the ground. But for the most part, we give repressive regimes money and power and guns to keep that system going. This is what it's fundamentally about. All the hypocrisy about transparency and democracy and bullshit like that, it's all bullshit. Once you are in my debt, I control you. And if the president did not accept the loan, they were killed. This is the game. No one says anything about it. There are no commissions of inquiry to say this is illegal, what you're doing. The rich declare war on the poor. It happens everywhere. It happens in a country. The rich control the government. Of course they do. You really believe you have democracy? Come on. You know, I mean, grow up. This is not about people living in democratic systems. What we have is the rich control. The rich set up these institutions explicitly to control the poor countries.
You understand what I'm saying? You all get my point? You all get my point? This is what I'm saying. So it's not a matter of that. It's not a matter of that Africa cannot control, cannot govern themselves. It's a matter of Esau, all right, and their corporation colonialism and imperialism and corruption and what have you that has Africa in the state that it is. And you see, the thing about it is, staying with on that point and even going on to the second clip that I had played in the beginning, you know, these people, everywhere they go to say they're looking to help, all right, to say they're looking to help, is not really to help, but to really for themselves to fatten their pockets, all right, and to bring mass murder. In order for them to fatten their pockets, they have to commit mass murder, and they don't think it hard to kill 50 million people to make 300 million or 5 billion. 300 million is too little bit. Like put a figure of 5 billion, 10 billion. Killing 100 million people is nothing for them in order for them to fatten their pockets. See what I'm getting at? They do not. Let's go to the scriptures because I have other clips to play. All right. No wonder. See the reason why they just had a shadow ban me. let's go to this scripture here. Sirach. Let's take a look at Sirach. Sirach chapter 14. Sirach chapter 14 and verse 6. All right. Sirach 14 and 6, where it reads, "There is none worse than he that hath envied himself, and this is the recompense of his wickedness. And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly." You understand? If he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly. And at the last, he will declare his wickedness. All right. If this so as the man in the clip that I just showed, where the U.S. and France and the EU, they could never let go of Africa. You understand? Because the resources and all these things, the riches that Africa has is that is what fuels their existence. That is what having them where they is. That is their treasure trove, their cash bank, their piggy bank. You understand? And what he said that what they will do, if they do give aid, is not really for the betterment of the people, but the aid is actually to continue aiding them for they to have free reign on pillage. You understand what I'm saying? So if he do it good, you understand? He doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. The envious man hath a wicked eye, he turneth away his face and despiseth men. A covetous man eye is not satisfied. You understand? Is not satisfied with his portion. With his portion. Right? And the iniquity of the wicked drieth up his soul. A wicked eye envieth his bread, and he is a niggard at his table. Let's take a look at Sirach 19, Salakia. Sirach 19, to back this up. 25. Sirach 19 and 25. There is an exquisite subtlety, and the same is unjust. Yeah, an exquisite subtlety, and these people are very subtle, very subtle. They're very crafty. Yeah? And the same is unjust, and there is one that turneth aside to make judgment appear, and there is one, he turneth aside to make judgment appear, to make you feel, well, they're all about righteousness, they're all about, helping the poor. You're right. And there is a wise man that justifieth in judgment. There is a wicked man that hangeth down his head sadly. Yeah, there is a wicked man that hangeth down his head sadly, but inwardly he is full of deceit. So just as that guy from Blackwater, they're talking about, we look at Africa, the Africans, we have to go and deal with them. We have to recolonize and whatnot and so forth and this and that, because the people, they're not being seen about, in a proper manner and whatnot, so forth, this, that. Hey, we know that is all a bunch of fucking deceit, man. Excuse my language, but I gotta be real, man. We know that is all a bunch of deceit, man. Yeah? Casting down his countenance and making as if he heard not, where he is not known, he will do thee a mischief before thou. Be aware. You understand? And if for want of power he be hindered from sinning, yet when he findeth opportunity, he will do evil. This is the modus operandi of the so-called white man. Yeah? This is the modus operandi of the so-called white man. They're not about the well-being of the people, especially the children of Israel. They're all about enriching themselves. All right, they're all about enriching themselves and murdering along the way as they go by to enrich themselves. Take a look at we are going to research Shell. All right, go and research Shell in Nigeria and how they established themselves and how much blood they shed. How much blood they shed, how much money they pay the regime and the military, all right, to oppress the people of Biafra land in order for them to set up their pipelines and whatnot and rob the people. Yeah? How much development, trillions, not billions, trillions of dollars Shell Corporation had made throughout their existence in Biafra land. And how much development did Biafra land see? What sort of development did Biafra land see? What did they get in return? You know what they got in return? Oil-filled rivers and seas, right? The Niger River it polluted with oil. Yeah, that the men whose livelihood is fishing to feed their family and whatnot, they can't fish no more. They can't provide for their family no more. So what they had to resort to? They had to resort to sabotaging the pipelines and kidnapping, all right, certain officials. The cock had a crow on that. Yeah, the cock had a crow on that. They had to resort to that, a crime. Another cock and the crow in the distance had a crow on that. Because the truth are speaking. This is what it is all about. Greed and murder and corruption. They are the ones that fueling the corruption in Africa. The people that they are the ones that fueling the corruption in Africa, man. You want a perfect example? I will show something and then come back to watch a perfect example here. Now this lady here, she is going to speak on Patrice Lumumba. Patrice Lumumba, he was the first, I think, is president. Yeah, the first president of Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and he had good things, all right, to put in place for the people of Congo. But what did he get in return? Let's see. Let's see what did he get in return.
63 years ago, Patrice Lumumba was assassinated with the help of the United States.
With the help of who? Babylon. Let's go.
1960, DR Congo gained independence from Belgium after a brutal occupation that resulted in the deaths of over 12 million people and the maiming of countless others.
Yeah, right? Right? As I said, if they have to make 100 billion by the cost of 12 million people's lives, that is nothing for them, man. That is nothing for them.
But that independence came with considerable strings attached. Basically, Belgium still wanted to benefit and control Congo's resources. After Congo gained independence, the rising leader and the first democratically elected prime minister, Patrice Lumumba, was not in favor of these deals. He wanted true freedom for the Congolese people. The timing of these independence...
No, we can't see about itself, right? All right, and the people of Congo, they are Israelites. All right? The people of Congo, the majority, they are Israelites. Of course, you have Hamites sprinkled among them, but for more so, the people of Congo, all right, they are Israelites. All right, and don't get it twisted. These elites, they know this. They know this. All right? King Leopold and what they know who they were maiming and enslaving and killing and murdering. They know.
With the Cold War gave the United States and other NATO countries the perfect excuse to meddle with the politics of these newly independent nations, all in the name of suppressing communism. But of course, nationalism and the idea that the people could actually benefit from their own land and resources was often equated with communism. So this was not about...
You see, so, and that's the thing. Because yes, you had to remember back then in the 60s, even from the 40s, where the Cold War and whatnot, and you know, you had the Korean War and the Vietnam War, all right, that was fought under the guise of democracy and whatnot, and fighting against communism and whatnot, so forth, you know. So countries that was being released from the so-called shackles of the colonizer and what have you, you know, the ones that really for the people and what have you, so forth, you know, is they were looked at as communists, when in truth and in fact they really for the people, and you know, but they were the powers that be, they know the resources that they have, and they want to always keep a hand on that resource, you know. So what they would do, they would spread disinformation and demonization and whatnot, so forth, on these leaders, these leaders who trying the best for the people, you understand, and label them communists so that they could depose them and put up the puppet government. Man, let the thing play.
Democracy, this was about capitalism. And so quickly, Lumumba became the thorn in the side of the Western nation's quiet colonialism. Just 7 months after Congo's independence, he was brutally assassinated by his opponents in a plot backed by the CIA and Belgium. This created a crisis that resulted in the decades-long rule of a right-wing dictator, Mobutu. A lot of people think that once colonialism ended, so did the international influence in these countries, but that is false. Congo is still, to this day, suffering under the weight of outside influences and exploitation. So on this day, let's remember Congo, and let's continue to speak up for the end of the exploitation of Congo's people, land, and minerals.
All right? So we see it. Colonialism, imperialism has never ended. All right? It has never ended. All right? It has never ended because why? The so-called white man is still in rule. The so-called white man is still in power. You understand what I'm saying? He is still in power. And as long as this so-called white man is in power, this is what is going to take place. As long as they're in power, this is what is going to take place. Let's take a look at Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 5. Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, all right, which is the philosophies and all these things, yeah, the democracy and all these things, you understand? He is a proud man, neither keep it at home. Neither keep it at home. Who enlargeneth his desire as hell, yeah, who enlargeneth his desire as hell, and is as death. Everywhere this man go is death and hell. Everywhere this man go is death and hell, and cannot be satisfied. Cannot be satisfied. This man has all the wealth that he could accumulate upon the face of the earth, and yet still that is not enough for him. Yeah, your Rothschilds and your Rockefellers and all the Shell Corporation and the BP Corporation and all the BlackRock and Vanguard and yeah. Cannot be satisfied, but gather it unto him all nations and heap it unto him all people. There is where it is. This is what it is. Yeah, cannot be satisfied. And want to heap unto him all people, which is what we don't know is speaking about the New World Order. Yeah, the Fourth Industrial Revolution. More imperialism there. That is imperialism 2.0. Yeah? With this freaking devil, man. With this devil. You understand? Going all over the place. Micah. Let's take a look at Micah. Micah chapter 2, and I will start at 1. Yeah? Micah 2 and 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. You understand? And they covet fields. Yeah, and they covet fields and take them by violence. By violence. Yeah, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Even a man and his heritage. And this is what these people have been doing from ever since. From ever since. This is what these people have been doing. You understand what I'm saying? Because this is what fuels their existence. This is what fuels their existence. Yeah? Psalms 52. Let's take a look at that. Psalms 52 and 1. Psalms 52 and 1. Why boastest thou thyself in mischief, O mighty man? The goodness of Yahweh endureth continually. And hey, this is the thing about it. You hear him boasting that we need to put on our imperialism, you know, because the white man knows how to govern, and the white man knows how to this, and the white man knows how to that. Basically, that is what he's saying, without saying it. These niggers, they don't know how to govern themselves. These niggers, they are a bunch of savages. The this, the that, the other. But the thing about it is, who is the one that is providing the platform for the greed and the corruption and the theft and the murder and all these things? Who is providing the platform? Yeah? Who is providing the platform? You understand? Oh boy. Thy tongue deviseth mischief like a sharp razor, working deceitfully. Yeah? Working deceitfully. Right? Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness, Salah. Thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. Yahweh shall likewise destroy thee forever. That's why in verse 3, Micah 2 and verse 3, against this evil family do I devise a great evil to come upon them. Yeah? He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place and root thee out of the land of the living, Salah. The righteous also shall see and fear and shall laugh at him. Lo, this is the man that made Yahweh not Salakia. Salakia. Lo, this is the man that made not Yahweh but Hashem Yahweh Shai his strength, but trusted in the abundance of his riches and strengthened himself in his wickedness. Yeah, and strengthen himself in his wickedness. Hence the reason why when you go to Psalms 73 and 3, Psalm 73 and 3, where it reads, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment. You understand? Because again, how do they get their riches? Go back to Genesis 36. Is it? 36. All right, pursuing to their blessing, which is what? The sword. I believe it's Genesis 36:27. Yeah, Genesis 36:27. All right, pursuing to their blessing, which is the sword. And this is how they get their riches, by violence. Coveting fields by violence. You understand? Oh boy. Yeah, their pride, therefore pride compasseth them about as a garment, violence covered them as a garment, as a chain, Salaki, and violence covered them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than the heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. You heard that guy. You heard that guy. They speak loftily. pursuant to oppression. All right. That second clip that I played in the beginning of the video, yeah, where the Edomite was pointing to the woman and let you know, you spearhead the killing, the murdering of over 1 million Iraqis. You spearheaded that. And what they killed, what they went in Iraq for? For the oil. Yeah, for the oil. All right, this way it is. Because they are greedy. These people are greedy people. Envious and covetous people, man. Yeah, this is what it is. Yeah? Put up repressive regimes and whatnot, so forth, so forth. You know what? Let me show you the handiwork. Let me show you the handiwork. Where how to put us? To show you the handiwork with their form of governance. Bear with me. Watch their handiwork. Watch it. Take a good look. Watch the handiwork. Watch the handiwork. Watch the fucking handiwork. Yeah? Watch the handiwork. Look at it. Look at the handiwork, man. Millions of children, slaves working in the cobalt mine and what have you, so forth. Harvesting, oh Lord, hey, boy. Yeah, about Shim, you're sure you couldn't come anytime sooner, you know. Look at our people, Israel. Look at our young brothers and sisters, Israel. Look at what we're going through. Because this man is in power. This is your colonization and your imperialism here, you're watching here before your very eyes. In Congo. The same Congo that Patrice Lumumba tried to do his best to put on the map, so to speak. But no, Esau don't want that. This is what Esau want. This is what Esau want. I can't speak Creole, despite that, you know, my background is Haitian. I can't speak Creole, but I am pretty sure what she is saying. That this is what the West is funding. Yeah, this is what the West. This is what your America and your Germany and your Canada, yeah, and your France, your Belgium, yeah, your England, your Spain. This is what they are endorsing. This is what they are funding. This is what they are funding. Now watch this. Because the people, they come into the understanding and they come into the realization that it's actually the West. Now this is same Congo. I'm going to play this and listen to what the people have to say, because the people are sick and fed up. They're sick and fed up. They're sick and fed up.
Hii kitu ni haba Amerika. Tunakatala les Amerika mwinchi yetu. Sababu kwa M23 huko masoda wa Amerika wenye biko na kia piga RDC na biko na collaboration wenye biko na wafinance.
Alright, the Americans have been arming the rebels, which is the M23 rebels. You understand? They have been arming the M23 rebels and other rebel groups and whatnot, so forth, you know, to keep, because they fund both sides. They fund all sides. The elites that be, the powers that be, they fund all sides. to keep them in war, all right, to keep them in war, civil war, so that they could have a free reign into looting. Yeah?
Wanawafinansia armement na M23 kuwapa jua kuwatoshea minereva na beba. Iko Union Européenne. Yote tunachoma tunakatala. Sababu hiyo Union Européenne ndio walianzika kutuua. Hapa ndio wanawateteaka. Wakati nchi yetu inatashi brand ya charge. Hapa ndio wanaambia Kisekedi aache kupigana, yeye baende kwanza kumazungumzo. Na ndio maana tunasema hatubataki kuinchi yetu ya Kongo.
You all should have never wanted them in Congo from the very beginning. From the very beginning, you all should have never wanted them in Congo. You understand? You all should have never wanted the so-called... If the so-called white man if the so-called white man was fucked up to you all from the beginning, you all expect for them to be all so good and all about your well-being here now in the end? When was the so-called white man good to us? When?
Felix Kisekedi na guvernema yake baweze kukimbiza ambasaderi ya Union Européenne. Tunasema baweze kukimbiza ambasade ya Etats-Unis. Hatuitaki nchi yetu ya Kongo sababu hapa ndio wanatutesa. Hapa ndio wanaharibisha nchi yetu.
When? But you see what going on? I read the scripture. You all looking for the so-called white man. Yeah, when you all have Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. Yeah? That is why the scripture say what? That is why you all getting kicking all your ass. Yeah? That is why my tribe, my people back in Haiti, all right, the Levites, that is why we getting kicking we ass. Because, you know, we don't want to come back to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. Yeah? We want to go to I have a precept to go. Then I will go to that Sirach. I have a precept that now come to my head there, which is Isaiah 30. Isaiah 30 and 1. Isaiah 30 and 1. Woe to the rebellious children, say the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me. Yeah? That take counsel. Take counsel from who? The so-called white man. From Esau. And that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Yeah? That walk to go down into Egypt and had not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust of the shadow and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. That's why the Lord said what? Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy. Yeah, the so-called white man is your enemy. The Lord said, and you shall be sold unto your enemies. You shall be sold unto your enemies. So never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Yeah? Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away. Yeah? There's where it is. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place, and neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he take thy seat, and thou shalt at the last remember my words and be pricked therein. All right, but I want to jump down to verse 16. I could have continued, but I want to jump down to verse 16. Verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips. Yeah? But in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit. Right? Talking about we need to put on our colonialism hat and this and that to make sure that Africa has been governed. No. What really and truly what they want to do is to drive you all down further into the abyss. That is what these fuckers want to really do. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes. Yeah, he will weep with his eyes, make you all think, you know, he really hearing you all plight. He's really for you all. You know, he wants to see betterment, good governance, this, that, the other. Yeah, he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. Not even the shedding of your blood will satisfy him. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. Yeah, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yeah, that's how the scripture, if he help thee, he do it unwillingly. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. Yeah, yet shall he undermine thee. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. Yeah, he will finally show you the real he, what he really is about. Who is that? Esau Edom, the so-called white man. That is where it is. Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. You understand? The devil that the Bible speaks of. Let's take a look at Job 21. The spirit I'm going to go in on this lesson here is Job 21 and 7. Job 21 and 7. Wherefore do the wicked live? Yeah, wherefore do the wicked live? Behold, where do the wicked live? Become old, yea, and mighty in power. Yeah, and mighty in power. Your Rothschilds and what have you, so forth. Yeah, their seed is established in their sight with them, and their offspring before their eyes. Yeah, the descendants being able to carry on and what have you, so forth, and carry on their legacy. Yeah, the people prospering. Yeah, the white privilege, what have you, so forth. Their houses are safe from fear. Yeah, their houses are safe from fear. Neither is the rod of Yahweh upon them. Why? Why so? You all have to remember, go back to Cain, because they are the descendants of Cain, the mark of Cain. And whosoever shall slay Cain, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai shall repay them 7 times fold. Because it's not their time for judgment. That's why you Edomites are going to get it, and you're going to get it. Oh boy. Their bull gendereth and feeleth not, their cow calfeth and casteth not a calf. Yeah, and this goes into all their riches and all these things, all the natural resources that they manage to have. You understand? They ain't losing the riches, because bulls and calves, all these things are true wealth. When you have bulls and calves and all these is wealth. So not literally, yes, it's speaking of, you could put it both literally, but through the spirit, it is speaking about their wealth. This is what it's speaking about, their wealth. Right? They send for their little ones like a flock, and their children dance. Yeah? Yeah, they send for the little ones, yeah? The military and what have you, to go and dance, or go and take over covered fields, perform murder. And covered fields, covered lands, covered. Just covet. That's covet. They take the timbrel and harp and rejoice at the sound of the orange. Yeah, whenever they conquer and they be successful, yeah, they rejoice in it. They rejoice in oppression. They spend their days in wealth. Yeah, they spend their days in wealth, and in a moment go down to the grave. Therefore they say unto Yahweh, depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways. Because why? They trust in the riches. The riches have been able to speak for them and work for them. What is the Almighty that we should serve him? And what profit should we have if we pray unto him? Lo, their good is not in their hand. The counsel of the wicked is far from me. How often is the candle of the wicked put out? And how oft cometh their destruction upon them? Yahweh distributed sorrows in his anger. They are as stubble before the wind, and as chaff that the storm carrieth away. Yahweh laid up his iniquity for his children. For his children. Yeah? That's why when they go to Isaiah 20, Isaiah 21, no, Isaiah 14, 21, how it goes again, boy. Yea, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor build, nor fill the faces of the earth with their cities. Yeah, so Yahweh, what he does? What he does? He laid up his iniquity for his children, he rewarded him, and he shall not know it. His eyes shall see his destruction, and he shall drink of the wrath of the Almighty. Yeah? There's what it is. For what pleasure hath he in his house after him, when the number of his months is cut off in the midst? Shall any teach Yahweh knowledge, seeing he judgeth those that are high? One dieth in his full strength, being wholly at ease and quiet. Yeah? His breasts are full of milk, and his bones are moistened with marrow. Yeah? He died with all his riches. Now, we cannot go with his riches, but he died a wealthy man, and his wealth is being passed down from generation to generation. All right? These motherfuckers been spending all money, man. I want to say all money from since the days of slavery, man. These people had a 500 year. Because you must put in the Northern Kingdom. 500-year head start, man. And you niggas, you dumb niggas now get a couple of millions and talking about spending old money and all that shit. You niggas ain't know where it's old money, man. You dumb niggas ain't know where it's old money, man. Yeah? Verse 25, and another diet, that other is speaking about what? Us, the children of Israel. And another diet in the bitterness of his soul, and never eat it with pleasure, because why? We under the curses. Yeah, we are under the curses. They shall lie down alike in the dust, which both us and them, go down to the grave, and the worm shall cover them. All right? Behold, I know your thoughts and the devices which ye wrongfully imagine against me. For ye say, where is the house of the prince, and where are the dwelling places of the wicked? Have ye not asked them that go by the way, and do ye not know their tokens? That the wicked is reserved. The wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. Who shall declare his way to his face? And who shall repay him that what he hath done? Yet shall he be brought to the grave, and shall remain in the tomb. The clouds of the valley shall be sweet unto him. Yeah? The clouds of the valley shall be sweet unto him, and every man shall draw after him, as there are innumerable before him. How then comfort ye me in vain, seeing in your answers there remaineth falsehood? This man has to go, man. This man has to go in order for the earth to be in righteousness and to seek peace. Yeah? In order for the animals to be on the verge of extinction. Yeah? And the trees to live a full life. You know? All these things for people to be naturally healed by the herbs of the earth and these things. This man has to go. This man has to go. Job 24:1. Why seeing times are not hidden from the Almighty? Do they that know him not see his days? Some remove the landmarkers. Some remove the landmarkers. They violently take away flocks and feed thereof. This is what this man does. And those flocks and feeds are not literal flocks and feeds. Yes, that is what they've been doing also too. Take, for instance, what they did to our brothers and sisters of the Northern Kingdom, how much millions of buffalo they kill out. Millions of buffalo, just kill them out for their skin, all right, to get the wool and whatnot, and just let the meat rot. Yeah, millions of buffaloes. But this isn't really, it's spiritual. You understand? Spiritual. Yeah, but they take away the natural resources, conquer these nations and take away the natural resources away from them and set up puppet regimes to oppress the people. Yeah, this is what it is. They drive away the asses of the fatherless. Yeah? They drive away the asses of the fatherless, which is rob us. You know, rob us of our property and what have you, so forth. They take away the widows of the ox for a pledge. They turn the needy out of the way. The poor of the earth hid themselves together, which is Israel. Yeah? Behold, as wild asses in the desert they go they forth to their work, rising betimes for a prey, and the wilderness yieldeth food for them and for their children. This is what it is. They go about massacring, whatnot, thieving, whatnot, so forth, you know. And hey, the earth still to this day is continually, because the earth continually replenishes itself with its natural resources for them to they continually making money, man. You can never drain out the earth of its oil, which is the blood of the earth. You can never drain it out. The earth abideth forever. You can never drain out the earth of its oil and whatever minerals that the earth produces. You can never mine it out. Gold, silver, diamond, these things you can never mine it out. These things can never ever be mined out of existence. The pitch lake, like for instance, the pitch lake in Trinidad, you could drain out the pitch lake here in Trinidad. By the time tomorrow morning you go back, the pitch lake is as if it never been touched. You understand? This is what it is. Yeah, and it yielded food for them and for their children. So what? The children, when they pass and die on, their children inherit it. They reap everyone his corn in the field. Yeah, they reap everyone his corn in the field, and they gather the vintage of the wicked. They cause the naked to lodge without clothing, which is who? The children of Israel. All right? We are naked with what? This truth. All right? A lot of our people, they don't know who they are. Eh? They refuse to tell us who we are. They refuse to tell us that we are the children of Israel. Yeah? They are wet with the showers of the mountains and embrace the rock for want of a shelter, which goes back to the blessing. All right, the scripture talk about the dew, from the dew and all. You know what I'm speaking about? Go back to verse 27. I don't want to butcher it, but let's go back to verse 27, Genesis 36, verse 27. You understand? This is what it's speaking about here. They're blessing. They pluck the fatherless from the breast and take a pledge of the poor. Yeah? They cause him to go naked without clothing, and they take away the sheaf from the hungry. This is what these people do. Right? The harvest in those dead houses which we call churches refuse to tell us the truth. You know, harvest in idol worship and all sorts of wickedness, whatnot, so forth. And it's not talking about literal hungry, talking about spiritually hungry. You have to be in the spirit to understand this here. And get the true inspiration. All right, which make oil within their walls and tread their wine presses and suffer thirst. Men groan out of the city, and the soul of the wounded cried out. Yet Yahweh laid not folly to them. Why did Yahweh lay no folly to them? Why Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua and judge them? Because why? It's not the time yet. But the time soon approacheth. You have to remember, these people are the descendants of Cain. These people are the descendants of Cain. All right, and Yahweh, that mark that the Lord put upon Cain was a distinguishing mark, so that they would not be, so that anybody that put them to death, you know, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to rain judgment, because at the ending of it all is Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is the ultimate judge. You understand? There are those, verse 13, they are of those that rebel against the light They know not the ways thereof, nor abide in the paths thereof. The murderer, yeah, the murderer, this is what these people are. This is what these Edomites are. The murderer rising with the light killeth the poor and needy. Look at what they're doing in Congo. Yeah, look at what they're doing in Congo, killing the poor and needy. Yeah, and in the night is as a thief. The eye also of the adulterer waited for the twilight, saying, no eye shall see me, and disguiseth his face. Yeah, this is what they think. They think that nobody ain't seeing them. They think that the Most High himself is not seeing them. In the dark they dig through houses which they had marked for themselves yeah, but when they say in the dark they have dig through houses is when they sit down in the wrong table and behind closed doors, you know, which country we going to invade, which country we going to invade and rob. Yeah? Yeah? This is where it is. And in the daytime they know not the light. Yeah, they mark houses for them. They had, yeah. In the day they dig through houses. In the dark they dig through houses which they had marked for themselves. In the daytime they know not the light. Here's what it is. For the morning is to them even as the shadow of death. If one know them, they are in terrors as the shadow of the death. He is swift as the waters. Their portion is cursed in the earth. He beholdeth not the way of the vineyards. Drought and heat consume the snow waters, so doth the grave those which have sinned. The womb shall forget him. Yeah, the womb shall forget him. The worm shall feed sweetly on him, which is them coming down to not only literal worms, because literal worms is going to feed on him, but spiritual, which goes into what? The whole society and all what they had built, all what they had worked for, is going to come to naught, is going to decay. The new world order, the fourth industrial revolution is going to come to nothing. You understand? This is where it is. Yeah? He shall no more be remembered, and wickedness shall be broken as a tree. He evil entreated the barren that beareth not, and doeth not good to the widow. Hey, behave. He draweth also the mighty with his power. He riseth up, and no man is sure of life. That is where it is, because why? This man is bringing death and hell everywhere he go. So you're not even sure of your life. And we talk not just only Israel, or the whole world. Because why? This man compassed the whole earth in wickedness. Though it be given him to be in safety whereupon he resteth, yet his eyes are upon their ways. They are exalted for a little while, but are gone down and brought low. They are taken out of the way as all other, and cut off as the tops of the ears of corn. And if it be not so now, who will make me a liar and make my speech nothing word? Because if it's not so, then how else it is? Then how else it is? If it is not so. If it is this man not bringing hell upon the earth, then what we living in paradise? If you call this a paradise, well, boys, something wrong with you. You understand? Something wrong with you. The imperial hats, these people has never took away their imperial hats, as the Blackwater man said. They never took it off. As a matter of fact, they pull that hat further down onto their heads. Because colonialism has never been abolished. It just evolved into corporations. There's where it is. There's why the Lord said what? Going back to Sirach 10 and 1. Sirach 10 and 1, it reads, because you're speaking about we cannot govern ourselves, right? It reads what? Sirach 10 and 1, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. Yeah? As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. which is his ministers and whatnot, so forth. You understand? And these people set up corrupt leaders, and hey, the ministers, the people that they have just under them, they also corrupt the same way. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. An unwise king destroyed his people. You understand? Because why? He trusted in his enemy. You know, he all about greed and all about himself, but not knowing is your people suffering. Right? An unwise king destroyed his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. Yeah, one that is profitable. That's why when I go down now to verse 8, where the Lord said, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And this is what is going to take place in the very near future. Because you Edomites is going to lose your position. Because you had two bites of the cherry, right? Two bites of the cherry, and what you all did? You all fuck it up. You all proved to be what? Unrighteous rulers. You all proved to be unworthy rulers upon the face of the earth. Yeah? You all prove that. You understand what I'm saying? You all prove that. That's why the scriptures say in Proverbs, last two scriptures, Proverbs 15:26. Proverbs 15:26. Must see something here. Just so yeah. It reads, the thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to the Lord, but the words of the pure are pleasant words. Verse 27, he that is greedy of gain troubleth his own house, but he that hateth gifts shall live. Same Proverbs, for chapter 6. Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 7. 12, Salakia. Proverbs chapter 12 and 6. It reads, the words of the wicked are to lie in wait for blood, but the mouth of the upright shall deliver him. The wicked are overthrown and are not. What it says and are not, which means they are no longer going to be in existence. Yeah, the wicked are overthrown and are not, but the house of the righteous shall stand. There is what it is. So I hope you all was edified through the power and spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Alright, this is a brother Kahan from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp. Signing out. Kal halayam la alahayanawa Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. Ba'asham Rakah HaKodash. Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, blessing, salutation unto the brothers who preaching and teaching the truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Risking their lives and their freedom to do so no more than ever. Shalom unto the speckled bird Israelites and shalom unto the very few, but faithful Akwatium. Wa abad babal unto this wicked world, this wicked system that is being ruled by Esau.